Oh, we're live. Look, we're live.
Hey guys, we are live. I think we're figuring this out now.
Yeah, but you need to put this like over into your here this way and down and there you man, you got to teach this guy a little bit of everything.
So I'll tell you what, first things first, let's get a name for our team, guys. If you
No.
actually see it, let's get a name for this
First
podcast.
things first, we got to play our intro. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. It's time to have some fun. Armando and Surf, the Name Us podcast right now. We don't have a name yet, but we will. That's what you guys are for. Make sure in the comments you leave the name for the podcast because right now we just don't have a name. We're working on it though. We're working on it. I'm Surf. This is Armando Torres, otherwise known as Powerhouse and Coach. Yeah, everybody say hi to Armando.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up?
They love you, man. They love you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. So welcome to the show, everybody. So here's the deal. This is the very first of our podcasts that we're going to be doing from our brand new studio. You can tell you can still see like setup stuff.
And a toy box back there.
There's a toy box, right? We're working on this. We're working on framing. We'll get a new camera eventually. It'll all look a lot prettier. But right now, the main thing about it is that, well, you're here, we're here. And we're going to have a lot of great conversations, right? So today we're going to start talking about something simple, right? Every day, 10 to 12,000 people turn 65 years old and they don't have their medical situation covered or ready. And they maybe not even know their own rights.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the problem is that they teach us a bunch of stuff now in the schools, and they've always taught us a bunch of stuff like your arithmetics and math and multiplication. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know about you guys, and probably the baby boomers have a different, you know, understanding of education, but they didn't teach us how to balance a checkbook. They didn't teach us how to apply for benefits. They didn't teach us how to, you know, all these things. So people are turning 65 today and actually going into a situation where they don't even know when they're supposed to apply. And, you know, Medicare being that you have a very specific window when you need to apply for Medicare, you know, a lot of people don't even understand that they need to do it the month of their birthday, 3 months prior or 3 months after.
Yep.
So let's say your birthday is now in May, right? So you would have had to sign up for it back in April, March, or February, as early as February of this year. And then now from here forward, obviously they have the month of May, and then they have 3 months after. So June, July, and August. So if somebody's turning 65 in the month of May, they have to sign up between February and August, right? And if they don't, then there's a stiff penalty that they have to, for the rest of their life, pay, which is...
But is it actually stiff?
It's pretty stiff.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Not sure exactly where your mind is today, but we're talking about Medicare.
We're talking about...
I know, it's not the most sexiest. Not the most sexiest. Not the most sexiest.
No, but it's crucial, right? It's crucial because... Let's be honest. There are so many plans out there. You hear about Medicare Part A, Part B, C, D, A. A lot of people have no clue what all of this actually means. And sometimes they go online and they read a little bit and it's not enough information and they make maybe the wrong choice,
right?
Or they get on the wrong plan. They don't realize that they're not only do you get on Medicare and you have the Medicare part, but there's also the prescription part. There's the benefits depending on which carrier you went with, and if you have a clinic, if you don't have a clinic, it's such a big pile that it's hard to sift it through, especially if you don't have, well, somebody like us,
right?
That's
Absolutely.
there to help you, right? Because I mean, we work with a great company who is sponsoring the show, by the way, today. Thank you, Powerhouse Health Partners, for sponsoring today's show. They're a great company. They do a lot of great things, and they treat everybody like mom. And right. I think that's one of the biggest parts of the whole thing is that they treat everybody like mom, and they're going to give the right information to help that recent 65-year-old, you know, get what's. Let's be honest. Everybody talks about entitlement these days. I'm entitled to this.
Well, the truth of the matter is that these individuals have worked their entire life,
Mm-hmm.
have contributed into the system, and it's their turn, right?
Yep.
It's their turn to get these benefits. And at the end of the day, you know, one of the things that they really have to understand is that there's a lot of different programs out there. Where we, and you know, in one of the things that we do specifically is that our team is certified with every single carrier, right? And that's one of the things that we offer to our team members, right? We get them
So
in the system.
explain to the person who has no idea what we're certified with every carrier, because just having a license is not enough.
That's correct. So in the Medicare side, you're in rare air. A lot of the agents don't really understand the process, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves with. One of our amazing leaders out of Colorado, Miss Amber Contreras, worked very tirelessly in building out a system that we call Rainmaker. So our agents come in, and there's a step by step. If they're licensed, there's a step by step instruction on how to get RTS ready to sell. And if they're not licensed, it goes a step by step in helping them get into the system, get their state license in life and health, and then go ahead and get their AHIP done and then their certifications done. So for our patients, one of the things that we bring to the table, or our agents bring to the table, is the fact that they have every single carrier available to them, meaning that they can go with as an agent, they're certified with Humana, with Devoted, with Care Plus, with Freedom, Optimum, and so many, Gold Kidney.
These are all different insurance companies.
Insurance companies. That's
Gotcha.
correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Insurance companies, and this, so when our agents sit with a Medicare patient, we're looking at what are their particular needs. Some carriers, some insurance carriers are really good with, heart disease, or diabetes management, or pain management, or teeth, right? So depending on what the necessity of that client is, that patient is, we recommend the specific carrier. It used to be, when I started way back when,
Way back when you had hair.
Podcast, when I had hair, when it was black and white, right? It used to be that we would walk around, with a bag, with the folios of all the doctors, medications, hospitals, everything that was approved by each plan, and you really had to, to really know your craft and understand a lot of things before you were even able to sit with a client. Today, it's all software based. So, we have software that we put in the name of the prescription medication that the person's on. We put in the doctors, their specialists, their cardiologists, their endocrinologists, and based on what their needs are, then we're able to advise them. So our agents have a big opportunity and a big advantage, because not every agency offers that to their agents, right? We do pay per member, per one of our associates, every month for that service. But we do everything that is necessary to make sure that our agents have a lot of success and are able to get out there and, most importantly, take care of our beneficiaries. Because, like you said, they earned it. They've worked their whole life. They've put a lot of time and money into the system, and it's their turn to make sure that they get the best out there. Now, a lot of them don't even understand the Part C, Medicare Advantage, and that's kind of where we're at right now. We really are a big advocate for Medicare Advantage, because it takes care of everything for the senior.
So before we go into Part C,
Yeah.
let's kind of give the average person watching us right now a basic idea, basic rundown, because you hear Medicare, and well, for Gen X, Medicare, we're just starting now to maybe start scratching the surface at the oldest part of our generation, what Part A even means. So let's go over that real quick. So Medicare Part A equals,
you tell me.
Because I'm the one taking the test in about a week or so. So he's doing this on purpose, right? That's basic hospitalization, hospice care, just making sure that they can go to the doctor, right? And then everything that Part A doesn't cover, Part B covers. So when you're talking about Part B is where we're talking about surgeries and things like that, right?
The doctors,
the doctors, the surgical fees, and all these kind of things. So it's important for them to understand. And then you have Medicare Advantage, right? So give a talk about what Medicare Advantage is all about.
So initially there was a Part A and Part B, and then for some reason they skipped C and they went to Part D, which is drug betting. I guess because of the D for drugs makes sense. And then they were, E, G, F, all the way through N, and then they actually had at one point all the way through Z.
Wow!
But during one of these administration previously, very recent,
one of those presidential people
in the 90s, Medicare Advantage became a big thing. They created a Part C, and the Part C, basically it becomes managed care, where the patient has everything that they need for their elder years, right? For their 65 plus years. They will including drug medications and hospitals and doctors, everything that's included. But then there's a lot more features like dental, and they have OTC, over the counter. They have everything from silver sneakers. A lot of the plans already include silver sneakers, which you'll have your own uh, you know membership to the gym and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's really all encompassing, the plan C. There's a few people that still want the med sup, because they're either really sick
The what?
or
Med
it's called
sup?
a med sup. So the plan G's and the plan N's,
Okay.
yeah, those are going to be for people that want a lot of flexibility. By the way, we do that as well, right? And we train our agents to make sure that they're not only licensed and certified to do it, but they're proficient in that, right? And we have a great coaching team. Patty Faust, shout out to Patty,
Hi,
who
Patty.
helps us out in really understanding where we need, and basically, if one of our agents is in a house, and sometimes it happens, even to the best of us, it happens to me. I'll be in a house with a patient, and they'll have some medication or they'll have some ailment that I'm just not ready, prepared to answer. What's the right thing for them. So we have a coaching team that helps us, gets us answers pretty fast, and helps us make sure that we give the patient the right advice, right, and make sure we give them the right plan for them.
So we get them on the right plan, and then I think it's super important and imperative that we get them with the right clinics, the right doctors, right? Because
Absolutely
that part's also important, because not all of the carriers have transportation built in
correct.
to their healthcare. But if you go to a clinic that does have transportation, most of them are within a 15-mile radius of a clinic, and they have multiple clinics around the area. So they're pretty good about bringing folks into the clinic to see the doctor and get that preventative care, or get that necessary care that they need. Some of them have wellness centers, and man, these wellness centers, I'll be honest with you, we went to one a couple of weeks ago, and man, I was blown away. There was food, they were dancing, they were playing karaoke, they were playing dominoes. They were actually asking us, hey, do you know a beautician? Because we have a little hair salon. And I was like, man, this is great. They got a gym, they got arts and crafts. So getting them into the right clinic with the right doctors on the right plan is crucial. And if you're hearing this and you're watching us at any point in time, and you start to realize you are 6 months, 3 months away from being 65 years old, it doesn't hurt to start asking questions. When you ask a question in our world today, people think that if I ask a question, I'm committed and I have to sign a contract tomorrow. You
I don't
don't.
know.
Get answers. Talk to the professionals that know what they're talking about. And if you feel comfortable with that professional, then let them be your broker, help you out, walk through the system. Because there is, like, you like to spend about an hour and a half with
Oh yeah,
each of your Medicare folks.
yeah.
I've seen you do it. But the thing is that if you don't do that and then you go and do it by yourself, you end up kind of like other folks that we know, that they have a Medicare Part A, they have a Part B, and then they don't really know how to get to their doctor, who their doctor is. It,
Right.
it doesn't work out so well.
So that's where we teach, our agents to be true professionals, right? And we spend a lot of time first training and our agents, right? The individual patient has a lot of needs, and sometimes they don't even know what their needs are. So,
Mhm.
for example, we talk about our provider partners, that we help you or help the patient identify the right doctor. There's a lot of different platforms for medicine. You'll have, we have one partner, for example, in Celebration, that is a small one-man doctor office. Some
That
people
place is
went
great.
It really is, right? Some people really want that one-on-one attention where the doctor comes in and feels you and touches you and has a conversation and spends
Touch
time.
you.
Well, this is
Mm.
it's
I
this
have buttons. I'm playing with
I
them.
love it. I love it. So, you have some patients that are gonna want that one-on-one care, that individualized attention, and see that same doctor all the time, and it's important to them.
Mhm.
So we identify those partners, and make sure that we put the patient in with the right partner. Some patients, like my mom, she loves the wellness centers and the partying and the eating lunch every day there and singing karaoke and playing dominoes and bingo and stuff like that. So we have other carriers, other providers that will provide that kind of wellness, that kind of center like environment. for them to go out there and hang out every single day if they wanted to at these at those centers. So really, we identify what the patient's needs are, what the patient is really looking for, right? And every single patient, we have a tailor-made solution for them. And that's one of the things that, again, my job as VP of Sales and Training in the company is really to make sure that our agents understand the different aspects of the business, right? Understand the different necessities that a patient may have, and we are very clear with our patients. We don't play the bonus game. We don't play we don't play well, there's this carrier's doing a trip to Cancun game, right?
But I want to go to Cancun.
We win those trips. We win them, but we win them the right way. We win them by taking care of the patient. So, when you say we spend, an average of an hour with the patient, it's not really to be a burden to the patient, but we really get into the nitty gritty. We get into like, what medications are you on? And
I'm on the little blue pill.
Well, we have that too. There's a specific carrier that gives you unlimited amount of blue pills.
There you go. So if you live in the villages,
if that's
we can definitely help you out as well.
We got you. Speaking of which, let's take a break here because this broadcast today is going to be very interesting. It's our first podcast, and we're looking for a name for our podcast.
Yes.
So what names do you guys think it's important? If you want to send us a text message, do you want to use yourself or myself?
Actually, we're just going to have them put it in the comments.
We could put it in the comments. Yeah, if you could put it in the comments, what do you think we should name this podcast? Right. Today we're going to be talking about Medicare, and we're going to go into the nitty-gritty details of some of the plans and what we do. But other times we're going to talk about Obamacare, and sometimes we'll talk about wealth management. And sometimes we're just going to shoot the shit.
Sometimes we're just going to talk about talking about.
There you go.
Because here's the thing. There's so many choices out there in the podcast world, and a lot of folks don't know that I actually have a big background in radio.
That's right.
Where 17 years on the radio in Miami and all that good stuff. But let's be honest, sometimes you can talk about any particular subject for any length of time, and even the guy on the mic is going to fall asleep. Right. But we're going to talk about you name it. This podcast, we're going to have fun. There's going to be days where we're in here. Not just us. We're going to have other friends in here. We're going to have cafecito because we are from Miami. All right. We got to, it's all about that 305.
305 vibe.
We're from Miami, and there will be cafecito on the table. There will be all of this. But there are going to be days like today that we want to talk to you about Medicare because it is so, so, so important. Not only to your life, if you're turning 65 and you're part of that, Gen X crew that's starting to get into that area, or you're a boomer that is the young end of the boomers, right? And guess what? I
don't even know.
Y,
There's so many
millennials.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, you got X, millennials, the Z's, now the alphas are being born. So it's kind of interesting. But at the end of the day, everybody will one day turn 65 years old.
We hope.
And we hope. But if we can get you at 65 and get you covered properly so that not only do you have that peace of mind of, I know who my doctor is, I know where their office is, I know how to get there, I know how it's being paid for. Because let's be honest, a lot of folks today are worried about the $4 gallon of milk.
Correct. Yeah.
The $5, $10, depending on what state you're in.
Which, by the way, we do have some providers, some of the insurance companies that we work with, depending on their financial situation for our patients. If they're on like Medicare, Medicaid, that dual in certain counties, they can get up to $325 a month on a card to help them cover the grocery expense and pay the phone bill or pay the cable bill. So that's something that we offer in a lot of the counties across North America. And if somebody's on Medicare, Medicaid, that combination, they definitely want to contact us and make sure that they get a sit down. And we do virtual appointments. We also do in-home appointments.
Yeah.
They can reach us at the office at 407-349-3223. Again, 407-349-3223. You could reach us there at the office. We're open Monday through Friday. We also set appointments for the nights and weekends. We have some team members that love working on the weekends, which is cool because some of the patients need that kind of support.
That's when they're available.
That's when they're available. Even though when you're retired, right, they're supposed to not like have all the time in the world to do whatever they want to do, but they end up going to the doctors and the dentists and the this and the labs and the da throughout the week. So they're only available on nights and weekends. And we do have agents that are willing to do that as well.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, because the beauty of being an agent is that you set your own schedule, but you set your schedule based around your own clients, right? And that's the beauty. So you're in business by yourself or for yourself, but not by
but not
yourself.
by yourself.
And that's important because you set your own schedule. We were talking about it on the way up here to the studio this morning. It's like, man, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. These guys are still sleeping. It's like, why? We've been up since 6 in the morning, ready to go. Right. We would have done this podcast so much earlier today, but believe it or not, we had a technical difficulty and we had to drive 15 miles to go buy a cable so that we could actually get to you. So now,
right.
It's the beauty of it. So right now we are the No Name Podcast.
The No Name Podcast.
No Name
help
Podcast.
us out, guys. We need a name. So put it in the chat. What do you think we should name our podcast, guys? We are looking at.
I don't know what you did. I think we're still there. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Let me close.
Yeah,
this
I
can't see that. Okay.
I don't know.
Again, it's our first podcast, so we're going to have some technical.
We're going to
glitches,
have some glitches, but that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. So let's go back to a little bit of the Medicare, Medicaid, because those are two very different things.
Yep.
Right. Medicare is paid for by the U.S. government.
Right.
And ran by the U.S. government.
Correct.
Medicaid is paid for by the U.S. government, but run by the individual state.
That is correct. And each state has the opportunity to change the parameters, the rules of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see states like Georgia, for example, that sometimes they just shut it down. They just shut down their Medicaid program.
Sorry, we're closed today.
Yeah. And then you have states like Florida that's pretty much open all the time.
Well, because we have all the old people.
Well, we do. So does Arizona and Texas. Arizona's been an interesting state, but we do have a lot of opportunity there.
Mm-hmm.
We're helping a lot of our recipients there. By the way, we are a 50-state operation. We work in all 50 states, and it's really interesting because we have team members all over the country, and then we have some team members that are licensed all over the country. So they may be living, for example, Colorado, but they're able to help Medicare recipients all over the country, and Florida and California, whatever, which is really, really cool. We've been teaching our team to get licensed in the different states, because what happens is this: the more knowledge that we can provide our agents, the more ability for them to get certified and then go in to learn what's happening in different places. When a benefit comes to a specific market, they get really excited, right? For example, the DSNP, which is the dual special needs program, right? The dual special needs program for Medicare, Medicaid combination. That was a big thing back in the days in California. It was not so prevalent in Florida, for example.
You just said California like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
California.
In California.
So that was very prevalent back in California, many years ago. And then now, this is coming all over the states. And then, you get into communities like, for example, Polk County, Florida. And you'll be able to go into somebody's house, a beneficiary's house that is struggling.
But you got to be careful when you go into somebody's house in Polk County.
Well, yeah, but we do.
I mean, the sheriff said, if you go into somebody's house, you get shot. That's your problem.
No. So in Polk County, we have a plan that some of our carriers provide anywhere between $250, $275, up to $325 a month, right? And that makes a big, substantial difference in people's lives. Now,
absolutely.
I will tell you that there's going to be some very big changes in Medicare in the coming years, next year, 25, 26, 27. You're going to start seeing some very, very big changes. Our agents will be equipped with the latest and greatest of information. That's one of the things that we really pride ourselves is making sure that, we get them connected with the carriers, get them in the trainings with the direct carriers. In Polk County, for example, we just happen to, that's where our headquarters is. So we do a lot of work here. We have United Healthcare and Devoted and Humana that have been phenomenal. Their broker managers, spend time training these guys, and so if you join our firm as an agent, right? Now I'm going to talk to some other people here who are looking to have a home-based business, as an example, or looking for a part-time opportunity, or looking to make some extra money. This is an office that we can help you get started, and we'll take you from soup to nuts. I think that's what it's called in English.
From soup to nuts.
From soup to nuts.
That sounds fun.
So we will help you get licensed. We have a program for that, and then we help you get certified, right, with each one of the care. First of all, do the AHIP and then the certification.
Okay, wait. You've said AHIP a couple of times. What does AHIP mean?
So AHIP is the first certification that is necessary to do Medicare on the national level.
And does everybody have that?
Every agent does not have that. You need to have that in order to sell Medicare, to sell all the carriers in Medicare. So we do train and we do help our agents go through that process. And sometimes, during the certification, it is not fun. Like I always, I joke, it's like giving birth to triplets in the middle of the woods with no anesthesia. It is painful, and it is that painful. I've never done it before, but I see my wife, give birth to 4 kids, some bigger headed than others. So it is painful to watch, but it's painful to go through. However, we are we are not only an in-person firm, but we're also a virtual firm. So every one of our agents has access to me, to Valerie, to Ann, and to Serve, to any one of our team members. We are really good at jumping on a Zoom call and just resolving your situation. You don't have to drive across town. You don't have to drive to another county, to the office. Like back in the days, my father was a broker. I remember when I was a kid, he was a real estate broker, and people would come to the office to hear him talk, right? Like that was like a thing, right? And he would give weekly training, sales meetings, and stuff like that, and that was cool. But people had to drive in, and there was a lot of things. COVID changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but,
it did.
Today, I instantaneously somebody's in trouble. You're sitting at a kitchen table with a patient, or you're sitting at home trying to do a certification, and you freak out. Like literally instantaneously, we can jump in and be in your kitchen table that fast, right?
And that's the beauty of that's the beauty of this day and age. You can go online like we are right now. Right. We're reaching hundreds of you right now, and some of you are discovering us for the first time, and we may have recorded this a month or 2 or 3 ago by the time you're watching it, and that's okay, because the beauty of today's age is not only can we be there instantaneously for our agents and our patients and our clients, but we can also be there in reciprocity where, okay, wait a minute, I want to go back and go through this training or go through that podcast, and the guys said something important, right? And I just want to remember how they said or what they said, because sometimes we're going to do some podcasts where we'll be like, hey, how do you talk to a person outside of, hi, my name is, here's a form, fill it out, right? There's a way to talk to people that's going to help you be more successful than others. And we're going to have those podcasts. We're going to have those videos for you. And they're all going to be right here on YouTube, right on this channel. So you more definitely will have access to all of this. Now,
and that's something that makes us different too. Just by the mere fact that we have weekly trainings, by the mere fact that all of our leaders are accessible to us, to every one of the team members, we are able to really be in a position to train, but also to be successful in the field, like individually as leaders, right? And a lot of agencies. I remember my first agency I joined, and it was great people. I really enjoyed the time that I was there, but I was lost. They just sent me a bunch of links, and it was like, good luck, Charlie. And then I had to figure it out, and I did, and thank God I did. And but today, our platform, we really try to make sure that there's systems in place, that there's things in place. Amber did a phenomenal job with Rainmaker putting that together.
She really did.
It is one of the cornerstones of our business. It's a little busy back there, but it does have everything, so that's one of the things that we really have a good time doing and developing. But
so if you're an agent out there, right, and right now you're thinking, man, I'm watching these guys, they look like a lot of fun, I want to work with them, but I have all this, and maybe your CRM, right, your client relation management system, maybe it doesn't do what you want it to do, right? What are funnels, right? We're going to talk about all that. How to just put things out there into the universe, into the internet, and then folks just start coming, and they're going to fall into these funnels, and boom, and they're going to fall into it. Our system will help you with that. Rainmaker, right? We'll do all of that. It'll do so many things for you. It'll stay in contact with your clients when you're busy going to get new clients, right? So the beauty of it is that when you're actually out there in the trenches working during open enrollment, that you're go, and you could be virtually at home, things are coming in, things are popping off, everything is going off everywhere. Well, you've got Rainmaker to really support you and your business from home. You don't have to leave your house. It'd be great if you did get out there, meet people, shake hands, but you don't have to sometimes, right? Today, Armando and I, well, we're all the way in Polk County. We are in Lakeland, Florida right now in this beautiful space. Well, we're working on this, but we're in this beautiful space with great technology, and we're across from a gorgeous park. And in a little while, when we're done, we're going to head back and we're going to deal with, work with our clients and see who's what, who's where, our agents, right? We got some new agents that have come on board in the past couple of days, and they're learning how to do everything. So Rainmaker is a great system. And not only is it a great system, it also has all of our trainings in it. So you can click on the start here for life, start here for health, start here for investments, right? Start here for virtual office, how to use Rainmaker. It's all there in that back office, in that system, where it's not anymore that guessing game where they say, hey, man, thanks for signing up. Thank you for your $250, $500, $1,000, and good luck, right?
Right.
In this case, that's not the way Powerhouse works, right? Because we do work for Powerhouse Financial Independent Network, right? But inside of that, you have Powerhouse Health Partners, Powerhouse Real Estate. You also have Powerhouse Life. There's so much inside of this
Powerhouse Wealth Management.
Powerhouse
we're
Wealth Management. I mean, so much, right? So when you partner with us, you're not just partnering with, two guys that are here on the screen. No, you're partnering with an amazing company with great values, right? Family values. Everybody gets treated like mom. Everybody is important. It's not a thank you for paying and go away kind of a thing. Here, we want to see your success because truthfully, though you will build your own book of business and you will have your own personal clients and you will manage your own money, you can have the opportunity, if you choose to build a team or build an agency as big as you want. So you have all that support, all that backing right here, and you're going to get this podcast every single week, maybe. We're going to do this.
No, we're doing every week for sure. We might
Every
be
week
doing
for
more
sure.
depending on the audience and how much content we can create. But we also have to go take care of the team, and we also have to go take care of our patients. So
right, there's a lot of work that, but this is for me. This is like extra fun.
Absolutely,
right.
Absolutely.
This is like the whipped cream on top of everything.
So, guys, we're gonna again name this podcast, right?
Name it.
We need help. Put it in the chat. The chat is open. It will maintain open, even with the recording later.
Mhm.
Go ahead and name the chat. Name the podcast. We really are excited about what we're doing here. I mean, there's so many opportunities to help people. We're going to help our patients. We're going to give them best in class, the absolute best for them. We're going to take a real serious look each individual case. What is your medical necessities? What are your medications, your doctors, your specialists? Again, each one of our consultations take about an hour. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do about an hour of consultation with the clients. We're going to make sure that we check out all the medications, doctors, and specialists, and all that stuff. But then also we're going to make sure that we identify which is the best carrier, which is the best product for them, right? If you are an agent, if you're licensed right now, if you have your license, your health insurance license, or maybe you want to get it, right? Maybe you don't have a health insurance license. Maybe you want to get it. Maybe you've been working in life insurance. Or watch this. You guys who are realtors, there's a big market shift that's about to happen. The NAR settlement is going to destroy the market for a while. The stuff that's happening right now all over the real estate market. So if you know anybody who's in real estate, who's looking for what is the next thing, where do I go from here? Guys, there is nothing better in the world than the residual income from this business, from the actual helping people get the right medical insurance, helping them take care of their health, which is like the most important thing here on earth, right? And we're looking to expand our agency. So if you do know anybody who's looking for an opportunity, either they want to get into the health insurance space or they are in the health insurance space, but they need to get with the right company to get the right training and support and all the stuff that they, to help them get to the next level, have them get in contact with us, guys. Again, we are really here to do a big impact in the community. We're going to grow the biggest. We are, in fact, the fastest growing MGA right now. We're looking to become the biggest and fastest FMO, which is really in the health insurance space, like the big kahuna of the space, right?
Yeah, because remember, a lot of folks may not know what MGA, FMO, ABC.
All they need to know is that they want an opportunity, and we're here to help them get that opportunity and make it happen.
Yep.
So, guys, it was great hanging out with you guys today.
Yeah.
This is the end of our show here. And again, go ahead and put in the chat, what do you want to name our podcast? We're open. We have a lot of ideas, but we want to make sure we hear from you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.